In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. We have indeed, in the truce of Hudaybiyah, accorded a triumph to you, O Prophet, for your unyielding devotion, a manifest triumph indeed. Therefore shall God forgive you your sins, whatever has preceded of them, and whatever of them is to come. And therefore shall He perfect His blessings upon you, and guide you along a straight way of salvation. And therefore shall God support you with an indomitably mighty support. He is the one who sent down tranquility into the hearts of the believers at Hudaybiyah, so that they might add an increased measure of faith to their well-firm faith. For to God alone belongs the hosts of the heavens and the earth. Indeed, ever is God, all-knowing, all-wise. And therefore shall He admit the believing men and the believing women into gardens beneath which rivers flow, wherein they shall abide forever. Moreover, He shall absolve them of their misdeeds, and this, in the providence of God, is forever a magnificent triumph. Yet He shall punish the hypocrite men and the hypocrite women, and the men who associate God with God, and the women who associate God with God, those who think evil thoughts about God. Upon them shall befall a turn of great misfortune. Moreover, God shall be wrathful against them, and shall curse them. Thus has He prepared for them hell, and an evil destination it is. For to God alone belongs the hosts of the heavens and the earth. Indeed, ever is God, overpowering, all-wise. O Prophet, indeed, we have sent you as a witness to all the world, and as a bearer of glad tidings of everlasting delight in paradise to those who believe, and as a forewarner to humanity of God's nearing judgment, that together you might all believe in God, and in His messenger, and uphold His cause, and reverence Him, and highly exalt Him alone in the early morning and in the late afternoon. Indeed, those who pledge allegiance to you, O Prophet, in fact, pledge allegiance to God. God's hand is over their hands. Thus, one who breaches his oath only makes such a breach to the detriment of one's own soul. But one who fulfills all that one has covenanted with God, He shall give such a one a magnificent reward. Those of the Bedouins who stayed behind in fear of battle will say to you when you return to them, our wealth and our families have occupied us, so seek God's forgiveness for us. They say with their tongues what is not in their hearts. Say to them, yet who shall hold any authority to help you against God if He intends for you harm or intends for you benefit? Rather, God is ever aware of all that you do. Indeed, you thought in your hearts that the messenger and the believers would never return to their families alive. Moreover, this was made fair seeming in your hearts. Thus you thought evil thoughts. Therefore you became a ruined people, destitute of all goodness. For as to anyone who does not believe in God and His messenger, then let it be known, we have indeed prepared for the disbelievers a flaming fire in hell. For to God alone belongs all dominion over the heavens and the earth. He forgives whomever He so wills, and He punishes whomever He so wills. Yet ever is God, all forgiving, mercy giving. Those of the Bedouins who stayed behind for fear of battle will soon say to you when you proceed to the forthcoming spoils to take possession of them, let us follow you. They desire to alter the words of God. Say to them, never shall you follow us. Thus did God say beforehand. They will then say, no, but you seek to begrudge us, for you envy us. Tell them, not at all, but little do they understand the ways of God. Say to those of the Bedouins who stayed behind, you shall be called forth against the people endowed with mighty military force. Either you will fight them, or they will submit to God willingly. Thus, if you obey, God will give you an excellent reward. But if you turn away, as you turned away before, He will torment you with a most painful torment. There is no offense for the blind, nor is it an offense for the lame, nor is it an offense for the sick to stay behind from battle. Yet one who obeys God and His messenger, such a one shall He admit into gardens beneath which rivers flow. But one who turns away, such a one shall He torment with a most painful torment. Very truly, God was well pleased with the believers when they pledged the all-pleasing allegiance to you, O Prophet, under the tree. For He knew what was in their hearts. Thus did He send down tranquility upon them. Moreover, He shall reward them with an imminent victory and much spoils, which they shall assuredly take possession of. And ever is God overpowering, all wise. O Prophet, God has also promised you and the believers much spoils thereafter, which you shall take possession of in due time. Moreover, He has hastened for you this immediate windfall of Khaybar, for He held back the hands of people from harming you, so that it might be a sign to the believers, and so that He might guide you along a straight way of salvation. Still, others await gains which you are not now able to attain. Yet, truly, God encompasses them in His knowledge. For God is ever powerful over all things. Moreover, if ever those in Mecca who disbelieve were to fight you again, they would most surely turn their backs in flight, whereupon they would find neither patron nor supporter. Such has been the ordained way of God that has gone before, supporting the believers and vanquishing the faithless. And never will you find, O Prophet, in the established way of God any alteration. For He is the one who pacified the disbelievers and held back their hands from harming you and your hands from them in proximity to the valley of Mecca at Hudaybiyah, after you captured their advanced forces, and He made you triumph over them. And ever is God, all seeing of all that you do. They are the ones who disbelieved and who barred you believers from the sacred mosque at Mecca, and who barred the charitable offering of sacrifice which was detained, so that it did not reach its designated place of sacrifice. And were it not for some believing men and some believing women there, whom you did not know to be believers, and whom you would have therefore trampled upon, an act that would have brought you unknowingly into dishonor on their account, God would have let you vanquish the Meccans. But this was so because God admits whomever He so wills into His mercy. If they had but separated themselves from the disbelievers, we would most surely have tormented those who disbelieved, apart from them, with a most painful torment. Behold, those who disbelieved induced in their own hearts hot indignation at Hudaybiyah, the indignation of pagan ignorance, to block you from the sacred mosque. So God sent down His tranquility upon His messenger and upon the believers who stayed their hands. And thus God caused them to adhere to the imperatives of the word of piety, for they were most worthy of it and entitled to it. And ever is God, all-knowing of all things. Very truly, with profound truth, God has confirmed His messenger's true vision, as seen in his dream of entering the sacred mosque with the believers. You shall certainly enter the sacred mosque by the will of God in full security, with your heads ceremonially shaved or hair shortened without any fear. For He knows what you do not know. Moreover, He has decreed, apart from this, another imminent victory for you. He is the one who has sent His messenger with the guidance of the Quran and the religion of truth, so that He may cause it to prevail on its own merit over every religion. And sufficient is God as a witness to this. Muhammad is the messenger of God, and those who are with him are severe against the disbelievers, but merciful to one another. You see them constantly bowing themselves in worship and bowing their faces down to the ground therein, seeking an all-nourishing bounty from God and His good pleasure. Their marks are upon their faces, from the traces of bowing their faces down to the ground in prayer. That is their likeness as described in the Torah, and their likeness in the Evangel is as a seed which puts forth its shoot, then strengthens it so that it grows stout and stands upright upon its stem, gratifying the sores, such that through these believers He may enrage the disbelievers. God has promised those among them who believe and do righteous deeds much forgiveness and a magnificent reward.